Good morning students. We are discussing deficiency symptoms of essential elements, right? What's a deficiency symptoms of essential elements? Deficiency symptoms of essential elements, right? Now, sir, yesterday the last I told one statement. What it is? Sir, deficiency of an essential element causes multiple symptoms. Deficiency of an essential element. Deficiency of an deficiency of an essential element causes multiple symptoms. What is the meaning for this statement, sir? Sir, one essential element is deficient. Then in the plant, you are going to see more than one deficiency symptom, multiple symptoms, more than one deficiency symptom. For example, if nitrogen is deficient, in plant, chlorosis, inhibition of cell division, delay of flowering seen. Okay, chlorosis, inhibition of cell division, delay of flowering are seen. Sir, if potassium is deficient, plant shows a chlorosis, necrosis, inhibition of cell division. Deficiency of potassium causes chlorosis, necrosis, inhibition of cell division. Sir, deficiency of magnesium causes chlorosis and necrosis. Deficiency of molybdenum causes chlorosis. Inhibition of cell division, delay of flowering, chlorosis. Inhibition of cell division, delay of flowering, right? Deficiency of sulfur causes chlorosis. Inhibition of cell division, delay of flowering, right? Chlorosis. Inhibition of cell division, delay of flowering due to deficiency of sulfur. Therefore, one essential element, if it is deficient in a plant, more than one deficiency symptom may be caused. It means deficiency of an essential element causes multiple symptoms. Causes multiple symptoms. Is this statement okay? Now listen this statement. Sir, chlorosis is a deficiency symptom. It is not only caused by deficiency of nitrogen, but it is also caused by deficiency of potassium, also caused by deficiency of magnesium, also caused by deficiency of manganese, also caused by deficiency of sulfur. Therefore, a deficiency symptom, the same deficiency symptom, right, may be caused. The same deficiency symptom may appear due to the deficiency of more than one essential element. Is this statement okay? Right? What are the statements, sir? A deficiency symptom. Okay, I am writing this statement here instead of writing here. Okay, because you can't see there, right? Now I am writing the statement here. See, a deficiency symptom. A deficiency symptom may appear due to what? Deficiency of more than one essential element. Is this statement okay? See this statement once. A deficiency symptom may appear due to deficiency of more than one essential element. What is the meaning for these statements, sir? Take a deficiency symptom by name chlorosis. Sir, is this chlorosis a deficiency symptom? Only due to the deficiency of nitrogen? No, it is also due to deficiency of potassium, magnesium, molybdenum and sulfur. Therefore, deficiency symptom may appear due to deficiency of more than one essential element. So, in plants, which element is deficient? To know that, we have to observe all the deficiency symptoms shown by all parts of a plant, and then we have to compare the deficiency symptoms with standards that are available. Then only you can say that this element is deficient in the plant. Is this statement okay? Right? So to decide, I'm writing the statement just now what I told. So to decide what? So to decide which element is deficient, so to decide which element is deficient in a plant, what we have to do? We have to observe all deficiency symptoms, shown by all parts of a plant, and have to compare with what? Available standards. Sir, which element is deficient in a plant? To know that, first we have to see all deficiency symptoms shown by all parts of a plant, and then we have to compare these deficiency symptoms with the availables, the standards that are available. Okay, right? Now see this chart once. Sir, if a micro element is deficient, what are the physiological diseases that arises in a plant shown in this chart? For example, if molybdenum, a micro element, is deficient, plant suffers with which physiological disease, sir? Whip tail in cauliflower. Sir, cauliflower, Brassica oleracea variety botrytis. In first year we read Brassica oleracea variety botrytis. Yes or no? Compound coriumb inflorescence is present in cauliflower. Complete inflorescence is edible in cauliflower. Peduncle is fleshy in cauliflower. Yes or no? Right? Therefore, sir, if molybdenum is deficient, plant suffers with whip tail in cauliflower. Brassica oleracea variety botrytis belongs to Brassicaceae family, Cruciferae family. Yes or no? Compound coriumb inflorescence is present. Complete inflorescence is edible. Yes or no? Right. Now, sir, go for nickel. If this micro element nickel is deficient, plant suffers with a mouse ear in pecan. What is the physiological disease name? Mouse ear in pecan. Now go for copper. If copper is deficient, plant suffers with dieback. Copper is deficient, right? Plant suffers with dieback in citrus. If zinc is deficient, plant suffers with mottled leaf in citrus. Therefore, dieback in citrus, mottled leaf in citrus. Sir, citrus comes under which family? Rutaceae family. Hesperidium fruit is present in citrus. We read in first year. Hesperidium, a type of fleshy fruit. Citrus comes under family Rutaceae family, right? Therefore, sir, copper deficient. Okay, dieback in citrus. Zinc deficient, mottled leaf in citrus. Boron deficiency, heart rot of beets. B-E-E-T-S, heart rot of beets. Go for the last one. Chlorine deficiency, browsing in legumes. Browsing in what, sir? Legumes. Browsing in legumes, right? Go for the next topic. What's our toxicity symptoms of micronutrients? Toxicity symptoms of micronutrients. Micronutrients, micro, required in very low concentrations for growth and development of the plant. Yes or no? Right. Micronutrients. What they are? Micronutrients. Micronutrients required in low concentrations. Required in low concentrations. Required in low concentrations. Sir, take a micronutrient. Take a micronutrient. What it is? Take a micronutrient. If this micronutrient means it is required in low concentrations for growth and development of the plant. Yes or no? Sir, a slight decrease of micronutrient, slight decrease in concentration, of micronutrient, what happens? Micronutrient becomes deficient. Is this statement okay? How much micronutrient is required? Okay, how much micronutrient is required compared to that concentration? A slight decrease in concentration makes the micronutrient deficient. Sir, a slight increase in its concentration. Slight increase in concentration of micronutrient makes the micronutrient what? Toxic. Therefore, micronutrient becomes deficient when a slight decrease in the concentration of micronutrient. A slight increase in the concentration of micronutrient is making the micronutrient toxic. It means how much micronutrient is required for growth and development of the plant, only that much amount of micronutrient should be supplied. It means the requirement of micronutrient narrow range. Okay, therefore plant requires a narrow range of concentration of micronutrients for its growth and development. Okay, therefore what's a requirement? A requirement of what? Micronutrient. A requirement of micronutrient in what? Narrow range. Why we are saying it as a narrow range? Because slight increase making the micronutrient toxic. A slight decrease making it deficient. It means how much required, that much should be supplied. Yes or no? Therefore, its requirement is in narrow range. Narrow range of concentration is required. Which nutrient? Micronutrient. Concentration of any mineral ion. Concentration of any mineral ion which decreases the dry weight of a tissue by 10%. Decreases the dry weight of a tissue by 10%. Okay, then it is said to be toxic. Said to be what? Toxic, right? I am writing the statement here. See this statement once. Any what? Mineral ion concentration. Any mineral ion concentration which decreases the dry weight, of a tissue, by 10%, is said to be toxic. Sir, when you are going to say that a mineral ion is toxic, sir, if the concentration of a mineral ion is decreasing the dry weight of a tissue by 10%, then we are going to say that a mineral ion concentration is toxic to a plant. Sir, when we are saying that a mineral ion is toxic to a plant, sir, when the mineral ion concentration is decreasing the dry weight of a tissue by 10%, then we are saying that, that a mineral ion is toxic to the plant, right? Right, see this statement once. Any mineral ion concentration which decreases the dry weight of a tissue, by 10% is said to be toxic, right? Such critical concentrations varies widely among micronutrients. Okay, such critical concentrations varies widely among micronutrients. Sir, what does it mean, sir? For example, take a plant. Sir, for this plant, the manganese becomes toxic. For this plant, this is our assumption. Manganese becomes toxic when, sir, if manganese concentration is 9. Manganese concentration is 9. Okay, right? 9. Okay, if the concentration of manganese is 9, right, then manganese becomes toxic for this plant. Does it mean that molybdenum is also toxic to this plant at a concentration of 9? No. It may be at 7 or 8, but not at 9. Is this statement okay? Right? Therefore, at which concentration a micronutrient is becoming toxic to a plant, at the same concentration another micronutrient won't be toxic to a plant. Therefore, such critical concentrations varies widely among the micronutrients. Is this statement clear? If you assume, right, manganese is becoming toxic at a concentration of 9, then molybdenum, right, it won't be toxic to the same plant at a concentration of 9. Okay, therefore such critical concentrations varies widely among the micronutrients. Okay, right? Now listen this statement. Sir, toxicity levels. Which level, sir? Toxicity levels of any element. Toxicity level of any element differs from plant to plant. What it is? Toxicity levels of any element. Toxicity levels of any element, right, differs from plant to plant. Okay, what differs from plant to plant, sir? Toxicity level of any element differs from plant to plant. Just now I told, sir, manganese is toxic to the first plant. If its concentration is 9. Does it mean that the manganese becomes toxic to the second plant at the concentration of 9? May or may not be. Right, may or may not be. Is this statement okay? In the first plant, manganese is becoming toxic if its concentration is 9. Does it mean that for second plant also, right, manganese becomes toxic at a concentration of 9? No. This is the statement, right? Toxicity levels of an element differs from plant to plant. Toxicity symptoms of elements are difficult to detect. Toxicity symptoms of elements are difficult to detect. What, sir? Toxicity symptoms of what, sir? Toxicity symptoms of elements are difficult to detect. difficult to detect. What are difficult to detect? Toxicity symptoms of elements are difficult to detect, right? Listen this statement. Sir, if manganese is toxic to a plant, the symptom shown by a plant is brown spots surrounded by chlorotic veins. Brown spots surrounded by chlorotic veins. I am speaking about manganese. Sir, manganese, it is a micronutrient or microelement. Yes or no? Micronutrient or a microelement. Okay. Sir, if this manganese becomes toxic, what is a toxicity symptom shown by the plant? Toxicity symptom. Toxicity symptom. Sir, if manganese becomes toxic to the plant, what is the toxicity symptom shown by the plant, sir? Brown spots surrounded by chlorotic veins. What is the symptom shown by the plant, sir? Brown spots surrounded by chlorotic veins. Brown spots surrounded by chlorotic veins. What is the symptom, sir? Brown spots surrounded by brown spots surrounded by what, sir? Chlorotic veins. Brown spots surrounded by chlorotic veins. Sir, this brown spots surrounded by chlorotic veins is a toxicity symptom. It's not a deficiency symptom. It is a toxicity symptom of what, sir? It is a toxicity symptom of manganese. Therefore, brown spots surrounded by chlorotic veins, it is a toxicity symptom of what, sir? Manganese. Sir, if manganese becomes toxic, then plant becomes deficient in magnesium, okay, iron and calcium. Therefore, if manganese becomes toxic, what becomes toxic, sir? Manganese becomes toxic. If manganese, what, sir? Becomes toxic. If manganese becomes toxic, then plant becomes deficient. Plant becomes what, sir? Deficient. Plant becomes deficient in what, sir? Magnesium. What more? Iron, calcium. Now you tell me, sir, if manganese became toxic to a plant, then what are becoming deficient in the plant? Magnesium, macro. Iron, micro. Calcium, macro. Yes or no? Right? Now you tell me, what is the toxicity symptom of manganese, sir? Brown spots surrounded by chlorotic veins. Sir, if manganese is becoming toxic, plant is becoming deficient in magnesium, iron and calcium. Therefore, this brown spots surrounded by chlorotic veins, it may be even deficiency symptom of magnesium, iron and calcium. Because if manganese becomes toxic, these are becoming deficient, magnesium, iron and calcium. Therefore, this brown spots surrounded by chlorotic veins, toxicity symptom of manganese, may be deficiency symptom of deficiency symptom of what? Deficiency symptom of magnesium, iron, calcium. Is this statement okay? Therefore, brown spots surrounded by chlorotic veins, toxicity symptom of manganese. Number 2, deficiency symptom of magnesium, iron, calcium. Okay, deficiency symptom of magnesium, iron, calcium. Deficiency symptom of magnesium, iron and calcium, right? If manganese becomes toxic, if manganese becomes toxic, if manganese becomes toxic, what happens? Number 1, inhibits who is inhibiting manganese? Inhibits uptake of what and what, sir? Uptake of magnesium and iron. Inhibits uptake of magnesium and iron. Number 2, sir, this manganese competes. What, sir? Manganese competes. Manganese competes with magnesium to bind with the enzyme. To bind with the enzyme. See this statement. Sir, manganese is competing with what, sir? Magnesium to bind with the enzyme. To bind with the enzyme. Sir, this manganese even, right, inhibits manganese. What it do, sir? Inhibits calcium translocation. Calcium translocation. Calcium translocation in shoot apex. Calcium translocation in shoot apex. Okay, therefore if manganese becomes toxic, this manganese inhibits uptake of magnesium and iron. Manganese competes with magnesium to bind with an enzyme. This manganese inhibits calcium translocation in shoot apex. Calcium translocation in shoot apex. So automatically toxicity of manganese leads to deficiency of magnesium, iron and calcium. So brown spots surrounded by chlorotic veins, it may be, right, even deficiency symptom of magnesium, iron and calcium. It is not a toxicity symptom of magnesium, iron and calcium. Brown spots surrounded by chlorotic veins, deficiency symptom of magnesium, iron and calcium, or toxicity symptom of manganese. Okay, right? Thank you.